program focuses on people with third place while offering 8 points for all times of issues. This customers not necessarily different views of KWK 22.5 as far as what happens
KLK 102.5 FM. Good morning to you on your Friday. It is August 6, 2016. This is Community Conversations. Kato Wonder is in the studio with you, and I have my co-host with me, Mrs. Kubila Harden, and we have a very special guest today. We have Miss Tirrany Thurmond. She is of the Arkansas State University Multicultural Center. That's who we're going to be talking to today. But before we start our interview, just a couple housekeeping duties. We have a birthday shout out. Birthday shout out to Maya Lynn Scott of Hope, Arkansas. Her entire family is listed on our KLK streaming app. Lil Maya turns 1 year old, so hopefully somebody's recording this and they can play it back for when she's old enough to listen. So once again, birthday shout out to Maya Lynn Scott, 1 year old in Hope, Arkansas. Former President Bill Clinton. So we appreciate all of you all and hope that are listening. Don't forget tonight, 7 o'clock p.m. is our lip sync battle at the Epic Center. Only $5 to get you in. And of course, if you want to participate, just a $10 entry fee. $100 goes to the winners, and we also to the winner, and we also have a fabulous start at 7 o'clock p.m. The KLEK lip sync battle at Epic Center. Don't miss it. It's 899 CR 333 Hasbrook Road. And if you have never been to the Epic Center, you get there is everybody knows what Ron's Catfish Buffet is. It's on Dan Avenue. There's a light right by Ron's Catfish that is turn right into Hasbrook Road. Go down 1.8 miles, and the Epic Center is on your left. And I'm keeping up before we begin today. At 1:30 p.m., KLK will broadcast live on our Facebook page, which is KLK, the graduation of the latest class of the Jonesboro Police Department. This is the most diverse class to ever graduate from JJD, and we will carry that line, right? I've ran my mouth enough, so we're going to go ahead and start off our interview. Once again, our guest for today is Miss Tirrany Thurmond. She is of the Arkansas State University Multicultural Center. Something about studio, Miss Thurmond.
Absolutely.
Miss Thurmond. Oh, one other thing. We share the same birthday, April 13th. Shout out to all of the Aries.
Yes.
I'm done.
Good morning, Ms. Tirrany.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
I want to first start, like with all the guys, asking you to give a little bit of background about yourself, where you came from, how did you get to Jonesboro or ASU, and we talked a little bit about how interesting your name is. So I want you to share the story.
Absolutely.
Also behind your name, so wherever you want to start.
Okay, so I'll tell you the story about my name. My parents were young and in love, and my mother they were in high school at the time, and my mom found me in her American government class book, and of course talking about government politics, and tyranny is used to describe a tyrannical government, yes. Right? So I guess she thought the name would be fitting for her firstborn daughter, and so hopefully I have not given that name or that word too much validity, but I think some people probably say, yeah, she could be tyrannical, but I'm just passionate.
Okay.
So that's where my name came from. And throughout my life, I've actually met several Tirranies. They spell it differently than I do, but I've met several of them.
Okay.
And so a little bit about me. I'm originally from a small town in northeast Georgia, Winder, Georgia. So outside of this point of reference would be like University of Georgia. So we live not too far from Athens. And how I got to Jonesboro. So, like many people in higher education, I think we start off as really actively involved college students. Mm-hmm. So I did my undergrad at State University, which was my college, and I was really involved. I was Miss Savannah State. So when you talk about advocacy, exactly, you can. And so after I left State, I actually got a job at another college, and I became really passionate about that because college changed my life. Therefore, I'm an advocate for higher education.
It's wonderful.
And after I completed my master's degree in counselor education, I knew then that I wanted to continue the city of Jonesboro. So being around just help groom and cultivate them in their skill set. Now, 10 to 15 years, I don't know if I'll be around that long. But I think I'll be around as long as I need it and as long as I'm serving a purpose.
All right, that's all that we can ask for. And just listening to you talk, I can tell that you're very passionate about what you do. I'm just now I've always had a love for community service because I've had the privilege of working for a nonprofit agency.
Such as this one.
And you have to have passion for who you serve.
Absolutely.
And so now that I'm getting back into the arena by way of the regulation, yes, I'm trying to get more involved. And I just love your passion. I love how you speak about what you do. And we want to get more into, what you do with the Multicultural Center. First, tell the listeners and viewers what your position is.
Okay. I'm the director of the Multicultural Center and Non-Traditional Student Services at South State University.
Okay. And then so with that, I know you wear a lot of hats. You stay pretty busy. But what are some of your primary duties?
Oh, that is is a very loaded question.
I'm sorry.
So my primary duties, without a doubt, is consistently advocating for the needs of students who are marginalized on our campus. So when we think about that, we're talking about students of color, we're talking about students that identify as a gender or sexual minority, we're talking about students, and non-traditional students as well. If we identify people like, well, what is a non-traditional student? Non-traditional students are generally students who are 25 and older. They didn't go to college immediately after high school. They may have taken some time off. They may have gone to the military. They may have decided to raise a family or work prior to going to college. And so these students add an incredible value to the classroom dynamic, but they're also consistently marginalized because we think of the contemporary college student as being an 18-year-old, 19-year-old fresh out of high school, but that world is changing. So non-traditional students have very particular needs that I work to advocate for on a regular basis, also advocating for students. Now, so advocacy is a main part of my job. Leadership development is another component of my job. I do training and development on campus as it pertains to cultural development with our students. So multicultural communication, diversity education. How do you work with a person who doesn't look like you, who doesn't think like you?
Okay.
So advocacy, leadership and development, thinking, management, I do it all.
Wow.
Now you mentioned that you deal with students who feel that they may be marginalized. What are some of the challenges you have seen that they face, and what are some of the ways that your department works to overcome those challenges?
Right. So when we think about students who are marginalized, there's so many ways in which students may feel like they are feeling disenfranchised. So for instance, for example, I was a first generation college student, so that means that I was the first in my family. Like my mom and dad attended a technical school, but I was going to go off to a four-year university. So you think about the challenges that I faced getting into college. That means filling out my financial aid application, gathering my parents' information, even deciding what schools to go to, what to major in. Because when you don't really have parents, very pro-college. They were very supportive. The thing about students who don't have that advocacy in their family, so they don't have that role model to push them, so they're completely lost in how to navigate this whole space. So when you work with first generation college students and what they encounter, my office does things like A-State Connection, where we bring minority students to campus and we expose them to campus. We expose them to student campus and what life could be like if they attend college. We also let them meet other students that look like them and faculty and staff members that look like them. So then they know that college is a tool and they can find positive in their very own lives. So my office partners with entities such as the Office of Diversity and the Office of Recruitment to help students make that transition a little smoother.
Okay.
So that's one example.
You also have partnerships with the fraternities and sororities, groups like the Association for the social and acclimating to college life.
Absolutely, and I'm so interested about the social aspect because I think sometimes people get the idea that these groups are just social. But we all know that fraternities and sororities were founded on principles of scholarship, community service, brotherhood, and sisterhood. So my office supports entities such as MPHC, so Greek Life. We also support organizations like the Black Student Association. We support organizations such as OLA, which is our Latino Appreciation Student Group. So my office supports many of the the multicultural student organizations on campus, whether it's through funding or any type of leadership development.
Right, and that's certainly good that you all provide those services and those outreach to these various organizations of various ethnic groups. We are speaking with Ms. Tiffany Thurmond.
Tirrany.
Tirrany. Boy, where did I get Tiffany?
It's coming though.
It's all good though. Never know what can happen in live radio. This story is of the Arkansas State University Multicultural. If you got a question for it, phone lines are open at 870-277-1080. Once again, phone number is 870-277-1080. We are also streaming live on Facebook and on our YouTube. Just search for KLBKFM. If you have a question, you can post it there as well.
Okay. I wanted to get to, you talked about how you work with different students, especially those who feel like no one really looks like me, how to help them become more acclimated with the college life, college experience, and things of that nature. Do you sit more one-on-one with people, or do you do group sessions, or how do you interact the most with these different students?
It really depends on the day, because for instance, yesterday I had some students come by, and it could be one student you're talking to about their future, or you're talking about their current issue, and then a classmate comes, and then it becomes a group conversation.
Okay.
So it depends. So my background is in clinical mental health,
Okay.
and so I was in counselor education with an emphasis in clinical mental health. So I went into higher ed thinking that I wanted to be a counselor of some sort,
Okay.
right? But what I found is that I do my counseling, and I don't mean like therapeutic counseling, but I do my counseling, and my purpose has manifested itself in working in multicultural affairs. So I help students navigate those spaces and places that are uncomfortable, unknown to them. So I do a little bit of one-on-one. I mentor men and women on campus, and I also do some group stuff. For instance, we have a new group of phenomenal student leaders, our Multicultural Center ambassadors. So we have about 9 students, and I've been doing some group training with them, and it is just amazing to see how interested they are in diversity work.
Okay.
It's amazing to see how dedicated they are to making their campus become more inclusive, and so yeah, I do a one-on-one and group.
Okay. Now for those, back when I was in school years ago, there was a large, and I hate to really use the term, but like Asian, or I don't know if they were Japanese, Chinese, like Asian population. And I'm sure that it's growing, or it's still, it's either about the same or growing. For those students, because most of them, they go to class, they go back to their room, or they go back to where they live. Do you work with quite a few of those students to help them really, socialize more, or just become more familiar with what's going on campus, so they can feel like they are part of
a city?
Yes.
Yeah, I get it. So Arkansas State University does have a large international population, and but the campus itself is a big university. Think about the breakdown of racial and ethnic demographics on our campus. So my work, I do a lot of work with International Student Services. Okay. So we will, and also the Office of Diversity, for instance, like there's a food fest that's planned in November. My office is actually hosting an exhibit. It's called A's for AREF, and it breaks down myths and stereotypes about Islamic and Muslim culture. And so that is our contribution to awareness on campus in regards to international students and students who don't come from the same faith as many others. So yes, our office does do work with International Student Services.
I'm glad that you brought that up, because I was going to actually do a piggyback question asking,
Sure.
do y'all reach out to people who are Muslims? Because unfortunately, in our culture, there are those people, who hate Muslims because of the unfortunate actions of a very tiny minority, and because there's some of these Muslims, they feel like they're being marginalized. Because, basically, a few bad apples in the bunch, spoiled it for all of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what happens is that we are a culture that's almost, we live in fear. We live in fear. So It is unfortunate because after 9/11 happened, I think it was a very scary place for many Muslims in America. I mean, think about going to an airport, the scrutiny that they received, the discrimination that they received, and even now. And
Well, I can cut you off. I can tell you a personal story. In my hometown of Helena, Arkansas, there was a gas station owned by Muslims, and right after that, they abandoned it.
wow.
I mean, you know, they just left town with all of the stuff in the store, and
Oh wow.
how afraid they were.
Yeah, that's so sad. That it is so sad that we I mean, in its current. I mean, we still live in a state where it is very challenging for Muslims. It's challenging for Black men, Black mothers who are raising Black men to feel safe and to feel as if they can raise a young boy in America. I mean, it's a difficult time for many minorities right now. But on our campus, we try to. My work stems from like encouraging dialogue on campus where students can actually talk about these issues, and also find a safe space where they can say, in my office or in the Multicultural Center, because the Multicultural Center is a space on the third floor of the Ring Center. They can say, well, this is what we're experiencing, and then me as an advocate can work with other constituents on campus to say, how can we work to make this environment a little bit more inclusive or a lot more inclusive for students who are feeling consistently disenfranchised on our campus.
We have a Facebook shout out. Shout out to Victoria Marie Morgan. We appreciate you for watching on our live stream.
Yes, Victoria's my graduate assistant in the Multicultural Center. She's phenomenal.
Shout out to you, Victoria. Once again, if you got a question or a comment, you can post it on our feed of our live stream, or you can give us a call at 870-277-1080. Once again, that phone number is 870-277-1080. Miss Tiffany Thurmond. I quit. Let me write this down.
Well, while he's ready, I want to ask Ms. Tirrany a question, and which was, I guess, a misconception of mine. And if you could think of, okay, the difference between the Multicultural Center and the International Student Services. And I apologize that I got those mixed up like that. So give the listeners the break, I'm sorry. Then we can follow up after the break, but to kind of break down the differences maybe between those.
Absolutely. So the Multicultural Center is a standalone entity. We're under the Division of Student Affairs.
Okay.
And so the work in the Multicultural Center is to consistently advocate and educate and collaborate. And I do need for those to like rhyme, but for marginalized students on campus. And so that could consist of international students and whatever needs they may have. That may consist of students who are African American or Hispanic or Latino, gender and gender and sexual minorities. So it's all about advocacy, and we do cultural celebrations, we do outreach, all of that. The International Student Services Office does something a little bit different, where they are responsible for helping international students get acclimated to campus. That's where they also have like an English language program where students come in and they formulate better English language skills.
Okay.
They also have programs where they do social outings for international students, student groups that fall under that umbrella, maybe the International Student Organization, the Muslim Student Association, the Saudi Arabian Association. So that entity works exclusively with international students, and my office works with kind of everybody as it pertains to students who may need a little bit more support because they identify as a minority on campus.
Okay. We only have a few moments before we go to break, so I'm going into another question right now. I'm enjoying our conversation. I'm learning a lot myself today. So you're listening to Conversations on KLK 102.5 FM, and we'll be right back.
Don't forget about that lip sync battle tonight, 7 o'clock at the Epic Center. Yes, I'm going to promote that. We'll be back with more. This is KLK. Webcam still rolling. Webcam still rolls during the breaks.
So please don't say anything that's personal
Embarrassing.
or we have to delete a video. So
We have to leave a couple because of that. So we always just tell people. I mean, we can still talk, just make sure nothing that you wouldn't want out in public. Good energy so far, ladies.
well,
And I wrote down a name because I'm going to like you, Tiffany.
I mean, I think when you look at it, people automatically think Tiffany because we condition, like subconsciously, it's TIFF.
Yeah.
Right?
And I even saw on the original post, someone was like,
Good job, Tiffany. I saw that, and I thought,
and that's still growing. It's almost 3,000 views.
good. I'm so happy.
Everybody
I'm
loves
happy for
Tirrany.
you all.
But yeah, please follow our page. You like the page on Facebook, right?
Yes.
Okay, please follow the things that we're doing. Of course, you'll start getting emails from us. Usually over the weekend, I'll send out an email on the guests for each week's show. You know, flyers for events, anything important that we got going on. So you'll stay informed on what we got going on.
My friends are mad at you because you messed up my name.
Tell them I apologize. Well, if it makes your friends feel any better, people butcher my name all the time anyway. That's why I wrote it down. So I will apologize on air.
Thank you.
I see on your page,
This break went quick. It's almost over.
My friends are so good.
you have a non-traditional student organization.
We do.
So I definitely want to talk about that in the next 20 minutes segment.
Okay. We have a non-traditional student organization. We have OLA, and then we also have the multicultural center ambassadors.
Big pen. Big pen.
Yeah, this is your poster marker.
All right, we got about 10 seconds, ladies.
And then talk about the programs, and how that came to be, or if it's been going on.
I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I didn't hear you.
the breakfast, like, is this the first one? Or? Sorry.
KLK 102.5 FM, and we're back on Community Conversations. Kato Wonder is in the studio with you. I have my co-host, Ms. Leela Hart, in the studio as well. And we have Miss Tirrany Thurmond. Let me say it one more time. We have Miss Tirrany Thurmond. Her friends said they were going to come to the studio, but gonna lynch me.
Please don't use that
I'm playing.
terminology.
Yeah, I apologize. But no, they said they actually said they were mad. I got the name wrong. All of Tirrany fans, I do apologize for getting the name wrong. I wrote it down so we won't get it wrong anymore doing the show. But back on a serious note, though, Ms. Thurmond is the director of the Arkansas State University Multicultural Center, and we certainly are glad to have her in the studio today. Before we went to break, we was talking about some of these services that the Multicultural Center offers to the students of Arkansas State University.
Sorry.
Dr. Bailey gets it back together. Tirrany, I want to ask you this question. Are there any things that the Multicultural Center does for the Jonesboro community as a whole?
That's a good question. So we are not particularly doing anything right now in the Jonesboro community in its entirety, but that is something that I look forward to, and it is integrated into my strategic plan for the Multicultural Center. Because this is, as I said at the beginning, I've only been in my position for it's going to the first year, including the first year. September 15th will be a year that I've been in the position. And as I've learned more about the city and learned more about the resources in the city, I think about how important it is to have individuals from the community collaborate with our center. So there are some boards that I serve on. For instance, I serve on the United Way Single Scholarship Board of Directors.
Okay.
So that's one way in which I have been contributing to the community, and that's also been feeding back into the institution because that's helping students get scholarships to finish their education. So that's one way. We are working with the Sickle Cell Foundation to do a gala at the end of the month. I think we'll have more information about that coming up. We also do work with the Hispanic Community Services Center, and I know they're in the process of getting, they just had a groundbreaking about a week and a half ago. So they're in the process of getting a brand new center, so we do some work with them too. And our students from OLA, which is again our Hispanic Outreach and Latino Appreciation Group, does also work with that group.
I'd like to extend you an invitation for your group to do some things with us, with KLK, because we are a nonprofit organization. I think that could definitely be a good partnership.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down for collaborations.
All right.
And then also the city of Jonesboro has a database with nonprofit organizations. And so people that are looking for other things to volunteer for, which we're not turning anyone away from the station, but if they have a special interest, they can go to the database and look up an ad and sign up to volunteer for the service. So there's always something. There's too many agencies in Jonesboro that need volunteers, so there's always something to do.
Yes.
And like and what Bill actually always says it, and I say it when she's not here. If you want to make a difference in your community, find an organization that interests you, that is doing things in the community that you like, and participate. In fact, I'll give an example of Mr. Dave Steinquist, who actually won the Community Service Award along with myself. He, saw that the Hispanic Center, had a need for someone who could do handyman work, and he had handyman skills, and so he got them and offered his services, and he was a tremendous help to the Hispanic Center. So that's what it's about. Find something find a cause that you believe in, that you feel strongly about, and help them out. They certainly will be appreciative of the help.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. I was looking on your webpage, and I saw you talked a little bit about the OLI program organization, and then you also mentioned about the multicultural center ambassadors. But you also have a non-traditional student organization. Can you tell us a little about that?
We are trying to resurrect that organization right now. Yes, we are. I think that it was really active prior to me. I think it was active prior to me coming, but then maybe just died off a little bit, and so within the last maybe 2 years or so, they haven't been as active.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to do right now is to get that group back and running, and we're actually doing information sessions, I guess you can call them. Okay. So if students are interested in coming by the Multicultural Center, and again, we are on the 3rd floor of the Carl Ring Student Union. We're in Suite 3003, so students can come by. They can grab an application to apply for a position in the non-traditional student organization, or if they want to be a general member, they do that as well. We're actually having our very first non-traditional student power breakfast on Tuesday. It's at 7:30 in the morning and it ends at 10. So if you have to go to class and come back, you can definitely grab some breakfast. And that's really our way of saying, hey, we're here, so at least learn about the resources that we have in the Multicultural Center and for non-traditional student services. But we are really trying to get that group back up and active, because as a leader, I can do so much, but it's really important for students to be, I guess, firmly planted in their own sense of self-advocacy. Mm-hmm. So if we can get student groups to come together and say, hi, this is what we need to be successful on campus, then me as a leader, I can sit down and help assess a plan or build a strategic plan on how they can accomplish those goals.
Okay.
Well, go ahead.
No, and just to clarify, earlier you said a non-traditional student, someone who's 25 and older, usually who did not go right out of high school. What of those who may have gone to college out of high school, taken a big break?
Yeah.
Are they considered non-traditional students?
Yeah, absolutely. So not in my mind, because there's so many categories in which you can kind of put non-traditional students in, and I hate to even say put them in a group, but it's generally a person who is outside of that 18 to 19 year range. And these are individuals, again, like I said before, they're 25 and older, they may be married now, they may be parents, they may have had some military experience, they may have some work experience. They also may be individuals that commute, because that's a completely different dynamic. Students who commute to Jonesboro for college or commute to their campus for classing. So, for classes, go home together, some dynamics that make it really challenging for non-traditional students. Yes, those are the qualities.
Okay. All right, Tirrany, you mentioned earlier that this was your first year that you completed in the position. So, where do you see yourself in the department in the next 2 years? What are the future goals that you have for the department?
Yeah, that's a phenomenal question, and I've been working on that throughout the summer. My hopes are for the Multicultural Center is that it continues to grow, it continues to offer services to the campus and to the community. And when I say offer services, I don't mean just cultural programming as we do Hispanic Heritage Month, we do African American History and Black History Month everywhere, we do Women's History Month, we do those type of celebratory events. My hopes is that we get to a place where we are educating the masses on diversity and inclusion. I'm also Safe Zone certified, so I do some trainings on campus as it pertains to creating inclusive spaces for our gender and sexual minorities. So my hopes are for the next few years is that we continue to expand offerings, I would love to get into the practice of grant writing so we can get some extra funds and come into the center to support some special ideas that I have for the center. But most definitely increasing our recruitment of our students of color and helping them be retained at the institute is a big interest of mine. So yeah, expanding the offerings, expanding the money. I have big dreams for the Multicultural Center.
We have another Facebook shout out to Tavia B. Thurmond. I'm assuming that's a relative for you.
That's my sister.
All right, well, shout out to the sister.
Thank you, Tavia.
Okay, so I have to ask now, do most of your family members or sisters, how many, sisters and brothers do you have?
So I'm the oldest of 4.
Okay.
So I have 2 sisters and I have a brother. And my brother and sister, the youngest, they're twins. So they're in college, and then my sister, she also works in higher education, and I'm going to be an auntie really soon too.
Okay.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So do you all have T names?
Yes, we all have T names. Yes, we do.
What about your mom or dad? Either one of them?
No, my mom and dad are R and S.
Okay.
So we're kind of in alphabetical order. So I think there's a strategy to that.
Oh my goodness. Nothing wrong with that. I just had to ask since your sister has a T name.
Thank you.
Okay.
We're very supportive family.
That is wonderful. So do they live here?
No, my family is all in Georgia.
All in Georgia.
Everyone's in Georgia. I'm the only one here.
Wow. So were there other options? I know we're kind of getting off track. I'm sorry. We're kind of getting a little off track. But were there other options of other schools, other states that you considered before Arkansas?
So let me tell you this. When I originally started my pursuit for economic and career advancement, so I think like most people, well maybe I shouldn't generalize most people, but many individuals who are interested in higher education, they will just kind of cast the net in what genre of work they want to do.
Okay.
And before you know it, there are just tons of jobs in that kind of work. You have to decide where you want to spend 2 to 5 years of your life. And for me, when the position came up for Arkansas, there were many people that were from Arkansas. Arkansas. And I have to tell you all a story. When I moved here, phrases like "Welcome to the Mid-South," I'd never heard of Mid-South before. I mean, being from Georgia, it's just the South. So to hear the Mid-South, I was like, they're just making up stuff. But granted, it's a geographic region. And then one day I remember leaving the park, because I live in the park, and the radio commercial came on and said something, Arkansans are Arkansans. It just sounds so weird to me, being just like, clearly Georgians, but we don't walk around and say we're Georgians. We say I'm from Georgia. So Arkansans in the Mid-South, those were very foreign terms when I first moved here. But yeah, Arkansans. But Arkansas was when I came to the interview, it just felt good. It felt really here.
I'm sure Arkansas State is very, very happy to have you. I just meeting you, but I'm enjoying your presence.
Thank you.
Hopefully, when I get back in school, I'll get to see you some.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure most students, like you said, most non-traditional students, they go to class, they go home. I don't like to hang out on campus, even though I probably should. So let's talk about that a little bit. You have your older students. They pretty much go to class, go home. They don't hang out, socialize. What are some options for them, or do you try to help these students that are non-traditional, I guess, enjoy the campus life as well as the younger ones that may live on campus?
Yeah. Well, I think what ends up happening on our campus is that, well, let me say this, I applaud universities like Arkansas State, that they have on-campus housing for non-traditional students. So if you are a mother raising your children, or if you're married and your spouse are in school at the same time, or you're married and you have children together, there's housing on campus available for you. That's unheard of on many other campuses. Many students who are married or single raising children, they have to commute back and forth, so you run the whole risk of like, well, I have to take my child to school, taking my child to the daycare center, but there's a daycare center on campus. So kids, there are children that live on campus. How cool is that? That
Okay.
you are in elementary school, but your mom and dad live on your college campus, and you get access to your college campus all the time. So the Multicultural Center, we are planning to do these type of things like Spring Fest. So it's inflatables, fun, hot dogs, hamburgers, water games, that type of stuff. So it's family fun for non-traditional students and their children. But then you have other things that happen, like parties on campus, maybe do tutoring or writing critique or even resume writing. So there's entities that we can collaborate with to help non-traditional students kind of get back into the swing of things. And what I know for sure is that the social life kind of evolves with non-traditional students. You're more interested in making sure that you're doing intentional, purposeful things.
Okay.
So if I'm going to stay after work or stay after school to 7 o'clock in the evening on campus, it needs to be intentional.
Mm-hmm.
We need to be working towards a goal. So we're just not doing movie nights for the heck of doing movie nights. We are doing resume critiques, or we are we're working with student support services to make sure that they understand that these are the services available to you through the Learning Commons or through meeting with your professor and how to actually initiate those conversations. And I've had conversations with professors that thoroughly enjoy working with non-traditional students because they have life experience they bring to the classroom that some traditional colleges don't have.
Yes.
And if you mix those dynamics with an individual who may be, like, prime example, I hope she doesn't mind with her. I have a student right now, she's a multicultural ambassador. She's a mother, she's a wife, and she's like marketing, economics, finance type major, like doing the dang thing. And she's an international student, she's from the Bahamas. So she comes with a completely different perspective that adds so much value to the classroom, so much value to our interactions with the Multicultural Ambassador Group. It's just phenomenal. Non-traditional students are a great addition.
When I was in the radio TV program, there was an older gentleman in that program that was a veteran and actually fought overseas. So he was able to bring that perspective to our class as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to let you guys know, like, people are texting me and they're like, hey, do this, do this.
They want to shout out or something? So we'll shout them out.
They are crazy. My friends are like, you better get it right. Yes, your name is Tirrany. Okay,
That's on that.
they're just pretty much saying they're listening. So I'm just happy they're listening.
But we really appreciate everyone that's listening, everyone that's
We
watching.
really do. We really do.
Really do. Thank you so much.
Tirrany. See, now I'm just going to randomly just say Tirrany.
Appreciate it. Say my name.
Okay.
Tirrany.
I'm gonna play this song for her before she leaves. Say My Name by Destiny's Child.
Make it the song top of the album.
That's hilarious.
Tirrany.
Oh goodness.
Number is
16. So
and we're control.
Yeah.
But the way you carry yourself into things that you do, and that's what I try to do with the station, such as bringing on people such as yourself.
thank you.
It's yeah.
Where that used to be a big open space.
Told you that's I was really your career student, but now we're in the building these what else goes down. They're gonna be
Those were racial equality and how,
on our promo post.
we can go to the gym, we can work out, we can eat foods. You don't have some way to personally help when you go into the gym if you have
Anything
Want to give? We have little under
essential with not students at
yeah.
Right.